Alright, we're back with more of the Outer Worlds and heading to talk to Junlei Tennyson. And there's Parvati. So let's see. Whoa, it's really hot in there, I guess. Do you see that?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Some townships have asked Halcyon News to make a statement regarding rumors of food shortages. Rest assured, the far-sighted corporate leaders of Halcyon have tailored their product lines to be selective to the refined customer. Scheduled scarcity is a premium feature of colonial life. This story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit to broadcast.
These messages are very dystopic.
Are those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
I'm sure if we ask nicely. Oh, this is Edna that we talked about earlier, I guess. With Gladys.
Good law, the heat in here is so unbearable I can hardly even concentrate. Junlei better hurry up with those damn repairs already.
Okay, I guess we can't talk to her. So I guess we'll talk to Junlei.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
I'm captain of the Unreliable, recently unshackled from Groundbreaker's impound.
Good for you. Hope you scared some sense into those bureaucrats giving you trouble. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I'll try not to start any fights, but I might have to end some.
Ain't that always the way? So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just
Passing through. I want to say that so hard. Well, I don't want to be rude with none of your business. I don't really want to tell her that I'm headed for Monarch, so just passing through.
Statistics don't lie. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going, most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
I heard you're having a heat problem. No, let's let Parvati talk to her first. You wanted to talk to Junlei? Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Let's nudge her, I guess. Oh no, no need to be so formal, Parvati.
Force of habit, I guess. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Parvati, don't be shy about requesting time off if you need to compare notes in person.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Yeah, let's whisper to her. Nice job, Parvati.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
I heard you're having a heat problem. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
I'm sure your capable staff can stay ahead of the problem.
My engineers have managed to keep the heat to livable levels, but all the fixes are temporary. This wound is bound to fester. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Surely the board doesn't want Groundbreaker to roast.
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive.
You need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
The back bays? Am I supposed to know where that is?
Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like I do. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Have you tried sending anyone else down there to get the parts?
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Flash a rude gesture with both hands, none taken. Why so protective?
Mardits are descended from the original Marine detachment that crossed the void with Groundbreaker. I don't put their lives on the line if I can avoid it.
You can't get those parts anywhere else?
You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy.
The negotiations sound like a bureaucratic coup.
Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence.
Couldn't we try to talk this out with whoever's down there?
Those idiots are immune to reason, and they don't much care if the station melts to pieces. They're content to die last. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer that. But more than anything, we need those parts.
I'll get you those parts from the back base.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Alright. Can I use your computer for a second? Daily checklist. Radiator temperature, plumbing overflow, life support, crew morale, scheduled landings, checklist maintenance, brush teeth. You can do this, Junlei. Back base. More complaints about the state of the bay. I already told the Mardits they're free to flush out MacRed and his outlaws. Oh, okay, MacRed is in the back base. They're so knotted up seeking warrants and paper justifications that they want someone else to solve all their problems off the record. Sorry boys, not my job. Promenade status. Morale has dipped 18% since Martin Callahan showed up. It's that damn mask. Found another listening device in my office. Thing was the size of a toss ball, with a cord leading all the way back to sublight. Subtle as always, Lilia. Could have sworn the automechanical chef arrived with a company tech. No record of the guy leaving the station. We'll have to look into it. Sprat infestation at the Rest and Go is getting out of hand. Ethel better not be ranching those critters again, or I swear by law I'll Urlock her stall. Bedford. My dear lady, that's... That's a weird subject. He's weird to everyone, I guess. The implications of your accusations cause my breath to hitch in my throat. I am certain that we can arrive at an agreeable understanding, for what is a board liaison if not a facilitator of handshakes between great powers, much like the board and yourself? When you do decide to return to the negotiations table, consider once again the embassy expansion plans I laid out. Gestures of good faith do not go unpaid. Obstructionist. The board rejected my request for new radiator parts, again, even after I greased their wheels with some targeted donations. Funny thing, when I used my admin privileges to survey the outgoing comms, I noticed some activity from your office. You chose your words carefully, but I plucked a juicy phrase from the transcript. Let the frog boil a while longer, and now I have no radiator parts. You're playing with our lives. Did they install you on my ship just to get under my skin, or are you pulling this shit for fun? Okay, so that's what he replied to. Okay. So yeah, this is of course that we can just, like, in the middle of the room use someone else's computer and read their personal email.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Spacer's Choice calls rumor of a Saltuna shortage patently baseless. The Edgewater canning facility is operating at full capacity and will be delivering the gourmet Saltuna fillets and other fish-based fine products that valued employees crave. Spacer's Choice representatives would like to assure everyone that they are committed to people, factual advertising, and automation. This has been Halcyon News, your only source for news in the Halcyon Commons.
So much for the truthfulness of those news. Where was I? Yeah, that you can just, like, read someone's personal email in the middle of their office. But I guess, you know, in the game you have to do a little bit of suspension of disbelief. Like, it would be annoying. First, you know, they would be spending a lot on, you know, mainly empty rooms, just so they can have a room next door with the computer that you can go into and, you know, that reminds me, room next door. Oh, that's locked. But yeah, so that you could have a room next door where you could, you know, read their email in quiet. So of course they don't want you to, it's they're not doing that, and then they're just going, okay, you can read their terminals, and if there's something, you know, to get some background on the story. So, what is this? Transition to backbase. Okay. So, I guess that's where we will be going. Maybe set our mission objectives to that. Happiness is a warm spaceship. That's a title for a quest.
Who the? Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
Maybe we want to parley. Oh, it's McRed, I guess.
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Okay, we could intimidate, we could persuade. Put that down before you incinerate. Let's be persuade. Put that down before you incinerate the entire deck.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
There's a bounty on his head. Oh, we could just shoot him. What do we want to do here? Do we want to... I mean, I would like the peaceful solution. Can I say passing through? Can I say I'll try the passing through, I guess. I'm just passing through. Okay, passing through. Can I go?
Passing through? This is dead-end territory. But you talk like you're on a journey. The path matches your step. Stretches out ahead of you. Yeah. The second floor is my place. Off limits to the likes of you. Whatever business brings you down to my domain, keep it local.
Woo!
Oh, it's possible I've had too many mushrooms.
Yeah, I think you all had too many mushrooms. Just have to be careful that I'm not ending up stealing something.
Quietly now.
I think I'm... Well, let's see. Nope. Not risking it. Huh. It's another side alley. Lead cartridge, energy cell. So I guess that's the second floor. And the parts we want are back there.
You get that automech patch? My crud wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give it a name. What are you thinking? It hasn't got a heart? Not like us.
I think that's someone's armor, not actually a dead person in there, but there's a lot of junk down there. Okay, what's over there?
Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. Would cut them off.
There's another set of stairs. Oh. He doesn't want us to get close to these stairs. Outlaw striker. Lots of people who want to kill everyone. Scrap mechanical. Can we do anything with that?
That Chief Junlei sure seems well, huh?
What was that about, Becca Junlace?
Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. And did you see the size of her arms?
Sounds like you have a crush on her.
What? No. Maybe? I don't... It's like somebody reached into my head and pulled out what I didn't know I wanted. You know how hard it is to find anybody who likes working with tools in a little town like Edgewater?
There's more to a relationship than beefy arms and a shared career. Or is it sounds like you're not sure how you feel? I guess let's... This one again sounds a bit too rude. I'll go for it, I think. There's more to a relationship than beefy arms and a shared career.
I reckon there's worse places to start. Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? She's just, here's how to fix it. And they trust her. It's just... she's calm and knows what to do. I wish I was half so confident.
Okay. So...
Can you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
Yes?
Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts?
Okay. Okay, those are... That's... Oh, this is kind of like the room where Phineas stood in the beginning. During the... what's basically the character specs picker. And so that's where we were until he thawed us. Okay. Heavy ammo. I'm not sure. Kind of thinking it would be nice if there was something we could do here.
McRed gave me a taste of the good stuff. I've been tripping for days.
Careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as he is.
It takes crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos. Ah, got a swollen tongue again.
Oh, that's not stealing, I guess.
Live free, die free. Nothing else matters.
Okay, he doesn't want us to go back. Yeah, that's the red area. Is there anybody else we can talk to?
It's possible I've had situations.
Neighbor from above. What brings you to my little moonlight kingdom?
How did you end up back here? Oh, I saw your letter from Rizzo. Galactic mushroom sounds like a great beverage.
They rejected it again, didn't they? I thought I could take my fungus garden and go corporate, you know? Damn! Well, maybe I'm better off.
Rizzo's wouldn't know innovation if it bit him on their backsides. You're a natural inventor, Mr. McRed. Don't let him get you down.
Kind of you to say, engine gal. You're a lighter in dark times.
How did you end up back here?
Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded, and my baby got sold to Sublight. Scrapped for parts. That's bureaucracy for you. Piracy with a smile.
Sounds a lot like what happened to me.
Am I your dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too long, and the Groundbreaker drains you like a fuel tank.
Okay, just like both large ships had frozen passengers. Yeah, and like it said sister ship. Groundbreaker is the Hope's sister ship. So basically it's the same, model. So it totally makes sense that this looks about the same, just a little more worn in case of Groundbreaker. So I want to see what happens when I talk about the bounty, but I think it's a bad idea. So I'll just see if I can. So I'll guess I get ready to save scum again. And now let's talk with him and...
Neighbor from above. What brings you to my little moonlight?
There's a bounty on your head. I want to claim the reward. Or maybe, you know, we can get his lighter?
Listen to the fire of those convictions. This one's hungry for justice. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter?
No need for violence. Give me a lighter and the bounty disappears. Medium well. I forget, let me check, I'll be right back. It's nice that you can do that. Okay, so let's see. No need for violence. Give me a lighter and the bounty disappears.
My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's yours. Give him a good home.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick extra nice on account of he's your friend.
You call your lighter Little Flick?
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king, and I'm one of a kind.
Wait, the engraving on here. Does this say Sanita on it?
Keen eyes you got there. Sanita gave me this lighter. We had a carnal understanding a few years back, and she wanted me to have something to remember her by. Lay it on me, boss. I'm good for it.
I'm here for some parts. Okay, let's try to negotiate here as well. I hope we can just talk. I'm here for some parts Junlei sent me.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back with the crew.
So can I grab that part then?
You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
Let's try the lie. Fine, here's... because I don't want to pay... Those parts are leaking deadly toxins. I'll just come back after you're dead.
Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness. Lead bones, asbestos muscle. Maybe you're right. You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
Got it. Thanks, McRed. Okay. That's good. Oh, what's downstairs? We never went there. Hello? Corporation Service Award. Private Letty Dixon, you look different than the rest.
You're the first person I've seen who talked their way past McRed. That may not sound like much, but take my word for it. Wow.
What brings you to the back base?
Junlei sent me down to collect the parts we need to fix the radiators. McRed got me all distracted sucking fumes and talking about the cosmos.
Youth these days have no principles.
I can't tell if you brought friends or if I'm still seeing things, so maybe I ought to lay off the fumes and head back to work.
I came to grab some radiator parts. Engineering could use your help installing them.
I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
Yay! Okay, so that was who he was talking about. The...
Nice.
flamethrower. I'm not sure I can take that without it being considered stealing, and they're too close. Petey. Who the heck is PT? Okay. Guess we might come back here later or something. But good things. So now we don't need to fight our way through or anything. What's this ladder? Where do you go? Nowhere special, really. So let's see.
Bullshit. You've been getting into the boss's special stash again, haven't you?
Keep him quiet, Cap.
There's no such thing as pizza, it's all open-faced pasta. Now I wonder if that's... Pick up radiator parts.
Leia's gonna be pleased as pie when we show her these.
And, oh, what is this? Oh, okay. So I wonder if we could have snuck up here. Nobody who sees us here, right? Alright, so... Anything else here? Oh, that's the stairs, okay. And what's over there? I mean, now that we have free run of the place... Oh, that doesn't look too healthy. We got another complaint. People don't like worms in their shrooms. Oh, they're just tilling the soil. Besides, they're my friends. Find a new friend. This worm fixation is screwing with our bottom line. Okay. Anything here? Nothing really worth potentially getting caught stealing over.
Nope. Your ass is a priceless canvas now that it's home to an original McRed.
I guess I'm honored.
Did he get a tattoo on his back? Or a kick or what? Oh, what's this? Junior mycologist's log. When I settled on Groundbreaker, I thought this would be my getaway to the stars, the beginning of my epic tale as a spacer. Now I grow shrooms for a bunch of outlaws. Not even for selling, they just eat the damn things by the handful. Some of the crew have been tripping for weeks. Suppose it could be worse. Heard of a sublight contractor who got dissolved in chemicals and flushed down waste treatment for stealing from Lilia. Now McRed, he's always happy to see me, calls me his fungus lad. Update. McRed just set a man on fire for having his laces undone. Shit. Maybe I need to be more careful about what I'm growing. Ought to find something that calms him down. Time to experiment. Oh, okay, so that's the mushroom lab. And I guess that's one of the worms? Breadworm. Wait. Breadworm? So like the bread that they had. That wasn't like just, you know, so that, I guess that's the ingredient. Steel plasma cutter.
What do you think you're doing?
Nothing at all.
You're free to go.
Why did you come by me? Or were you over there? Or what? Guess I missed that person.
Live free, die free. Nothing else matters.
Back bays are all the home we have, and the only home we need.
So, I guess the mushroom grower is not here. So nothing we can do about that person or do here, it looks like. I had kind of hoped I could, you know, like, I don't know, sell... Oh, there's another breadworm, I guess. Alright, so I guess we're done here. This looks kinda nice. I like the production design they have, or what would you call it? Level design, I guess, not production design, because it's not a movie production. I wonder if we could have climbed up there? I guess not. Nope. Okay, so whatever that little gap is for was not a way for us to sneak up there without talking to anyone. Good. But I guess we've solved the problem and found the spare parts and didn't have to shoot anyone. That's one part I like about this game, that, you know, like, there is danger. Do you know Pinza? It's a smaller pizza. Who invents these names? Yeah, probably some hungry person. A couple 100 years ago. Or maybe it's a, I don't know, or is it a recent brand name? I don't know. It's the first time I hear that word. But okay, so... Ooh. We found everything we need, I guess. Let's see if we can make Miss Tennyson happy.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Concerned citizens often ask why there aren't enough new faces in the Halcyon colony. We all want new neighbors from time to time. Our studies have shown that a controlled population is inversely proportional to consumer happiness. Fewer colonists means there's more paradise for the rest of us to enjoy. This is Halcyon News, reminding you that there's no I in news, no we in Halcyon, and no Mercury in Saltuna.
Alright, hello.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
I got the parts for the radiators. What now?
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Define slight.
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
I'll make my way down there.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Ooh. Skill point. So, let's see. We have 10 points available to distribute. So I guess we'll go for 3 in tech, 3 more in ranged, just so that when we shoot we might actually hit something. Do we have anything else? I guess we need to get better at lying and bring that up to level with the other ones. Oh, but stealth we can increase both at the same time, so I think we'll do that first. 1, 2, 3. And just spend that 1 point into lie to... no, not really needed, I think. Or is it? No, let's put that 1 point into lie. So we might get them all to 50 eventually, I guess. For whatever, I'm kind of thinking that 50 is probably like a skill level that will, you know, open up some new skill checks and conversations or something. I don't know. And you know, it's the only ability in here that isn't at least 50. So, but I don't want to spend too many skills every time, because we can get 3 skill points for 1 if we just invest in ranged or tech. So let's do those first, but the 1 we can do. Okay. And now we don't have any perk points. So I guess that's it. Is there the rest of the conversation we can have?
Those repairs won't make themselves.
Yeah. What's it like being in command around here?
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
Is it nice to volunteer Parvati? Well, I think she likes Junli, and she likes tech, you know, and she's looking for something in her life, so let's encourage that, I guess. Parvati here could always help you shoulder the burden.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out.
So this ship is a family business?
Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gayen, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer.
Was it They'll probably only let me have 1 transition to command or condolences. I think I'll go with this one. Was it a big change, the transition? No, let's go with the condolences. Let's be nice.
Appreciate it. There wasn't much that took me by surprise about the job, but the little things you never expect or think about, they add up over time. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
Where's the self-destruct mechanism? That's a bit... I want to ask that question later. Aren't you a little young to be training a successor?
You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when. You've got my attention.
You don't have a lot of faith in the board.
You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
You must not like Udon Bedford very much.
I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire, I might hold my breath a moment before activating the sprinkler system. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udon Bedford will do anything to please their corporate masters.
How do you keep the board at a safe distance?
I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change. You've got my attention.
Okay, so just... because I wouldn't ask it, but I'm just curious.
Sorry about the heat. Here, drink up. No excuse for dehydration on my watch.
Oh, that was nice. What's it like being commander around here?
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
I wonder why did we get a mission to sabotage this place? Or why would we even ask this, you know? Where's the self-destruct mechanism?
I hope that was a joke, Captain. I really do. I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a stim that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. Family recipe.
Okay. Okay.
You've got my...
Thanks. Alright, so...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. And now for a special word from Chairman Rockwell.
Greetings, hard-working citizens of Halcyon. In these profitable times, we need only look to one another to find examples of honest labor and earnest work ethic. But there are those who cheat and swindle their way through life. It breaks my heart to see the fruits of your labor stolen by these vagabonds. One such man is Phineas Wells. The board unanimously decided that in the interests of protecting our best assets, that's you, we are substantially raising the reward for his arrest. If you have any information regarding his whereabouts, do your civic duty and come forward. Until then, my friends, keep working and we'll keep paying you. Farewell.
This has been an official message from our hard-working chairman. Such an honor for all of our listeners. This story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit to broadcast.
The 6 of 878 is the ammo. So like I have 6 bullets in the gun and I have 878 in my inventory. So if the number on the right goes to 0, that means I'm out of ammo. And my gun will be going click. And if the number on the left, the 6 goes to 0, then that means I need to reload. But okay, so that's interesting. By the way, I mentioned before, I think, that I'm not 100% sure whether Phineas, you know, is really a good person. Like he's, you know, whether he does unethical experiments or something like that. Like especially the quote that Hawthorne gave today, in his, you know, notebook on his computer that we read, kind of makes me think that, you know, maybe he doesn't rescue the Hope people out of the pureness of his heart, but is just happy, that that he managed to revive someone, so he knows it works now. He did that experiment, and now he has us, and we are kind of grateful to him for being, saved, and we will now, help him. And so far, he probably doesn't have many people who will just help him altruistically, basically, or out of a sense of duty. So, but like looking at this world and like what this chairman announced and things, that to me as someone who didn't, who is like 100 years late in this world and seems to be very unfamiliar with that. So the assumption is that all this company stuff is new in the last years. Okay, we have already done that one, so we don't have to listen. And so, I'm thinking that, Phineas is basically the enemy of my enemy. And that's why I'm helping him, because I know he is interested in at least, destabilizing. Oh, there's a tossball card. Destabilizing the corporations or something, or doing things the corporations don't like, which might destabilize them. And since I feel like this is wrong, I kind of want to go against the corporations, and so that means, anyone who is wanted by the corporations is probably worth helping, And so, he saved me out of whatever reasons, so I'll happily help him for a bit. I love that they have elevator music.
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators. You don't need to kill the manterpillars, but I'd be mighty grateful if you did. I've got this thing about giant insects.
Use terminal. Archived logs and transmissions. Arrival confirmation. 2 HHB Earth HQ. Hyperion Holding, I guess, is HHB. Transmitted via probe archived at source. It is my honor to report that Groundbreaker has successfully arrived at the Lagrange point, having released our cargo of prefab housing, settlers, and supplies at their intended colony worlds. May they prosper and expand. Now that stages 1 and 2 of the mission have been carried out, my family will take ownership of the Groundbreaker as specified in our contract, keeping the ship in active duty as an independent trading post, repair stop, and cargo bay. I'd be remiss if I closed this transmission without sending my hopes and best wishes back to Earth. There's so much ahead of us, but we'll never forget what we left behind. Chief Guying. Okay, so that's her grandmother. Junlei's grandmother. A stern reminder. Some very rich and unsavory elements among our colonial neighbors seem to have the wrong idea about why I flew us out here. It wasn't for a 9-figure blood money salary and a Space's Choice logo stamped on my ass. It wasn't to nickel and dime passing ships out of their last bit. Groundbreaker has no role in the success or failure of Halcyon's corporate entities. Period. I negotiated that understanding and clearly outlined it in writing before I ever set foot on this ship. If anyone wants to dispute or compromise our independence, they will answer to a Tennyson. We're a family operation. Even when the last Tennyson falls, Groundbreaker will remember us and will defend its freedom accordingly. Okay. Whoops. Whoops. I should. Oh. Let's just. Whoops. Okay. Guess the companions took care of everything. The Manti Swarm dropped nothing. And I'm slightly I have slightly fuzzy eyes. Oh, I think they're getting better now. Okay. Ah, that was the icons next to the health bar. The eyes thing. So I guess that's what these Manti swarms do. Okay, and these radiators we're not supposed to get close to.
Here they come.
It's taking cover. I wish I had grenades. Okay, come on, let's walk back and forth. I can't really get you. Okay.
Incoming!
So where did she say the controls were? She said like something like at the back. I guess I'll go. Let's see, that one cannot use while in combat. Well, I'm not in combat. Can I... Is this too close? No, okay. But these radiators kind of look dangerous. So you're still up there. So, but I guess we can go up the ladder and continue shooting there.
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next.
Okay.
Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Okay, so there are security droids.
Here we go. Nice one.
Look at us!
Okay, we've got that one. Is there another one over there? Nope. Okay, so I guess we're good. Can we go back there without frying? Armor parts, Adreno, mag picks. Okay. At least something. Alright, so let's continue then. Seems to be a door behind us, and that looks promising. And so I try to sneak past the droids then. Nobody home?
System. Beginning security.
Oh. I didn't want to shoot them. Stop shooting everyone. Okay. Let's see where this door leads. Do, do, do. Nice music. I guess. Oh, someone down there. Oh. Bit of loot. I wonder if they just put this Manti pillar here to illustrate, okay, these bots just shot them, because that's what Junlei said after all. So it has to be reproduced in the level a bit, of course, as well, so it feels real. But on the other hand, it's also nice that they put some loot next to it. So maybe they're going, well, you know, it doesn't really make sense for them, but we want to give you some loot, so we just put it next to the manti-pillar. Just put it next to the manti-pillar so it... okay, that's blocked. Put it next to the manti-pillar so people who come up there because they see, oh, there's a dead manti-pillar, will see it next to it, you know, to make it easier to find. Because that's a part of level design, you know, if you want someone to find something, give them a reason to go there. They're both downstairs now. Oh, there's one back there. I want to sneak past them. Not sure. Oh, I think you're coming over here. That's not good. I hope the companions don't trigger detection. Of course, if he keeps going more towards the right, then he'll see me, and it won't matter that the companions are here as well. But I mean, you know, like in a game, the problem with AI is companions don't know what you're trying to hide behind, and it's hard to signal them. So usually what they do is all detection, or at least what good games do, you know, the companions, and it looks like it was like that here, just don't count for detecting, and only if you as the player get detected, and thus it's your mistake, then it counts. And by doing that, we are going back there. That's not so good. Oh. Maybe I can hide here. And that in turn means...
Processing. Searching for unauthorized.
And that usually means, you know, that the AI being stupid in the game, for example, for leaving the companions here when obviously an enemy is there, will not count. Only if I get seen, the robots will. Yeah, looks good. But there's another one back there. I guess we can try and go down there. Yes.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says cycle droplet pumps.
So...
That one's done for.
guess we need to Okay. So we at least managed. When more than half of your damage is absorbed, you will see your damage numbers float downwards. You might want to switch weapons. Oh, okay. So I guess my weapon didn't do much damage. But luckily I have companions who are smart. Yeah, okay. So let's use this terminal. Lithium fluid pressure at 23%, solid state radiators at 102% capacity, PCM heat sinks at 98 capacity. Ambient station temperature +8 centigrade, machinery shaft temperature +29 centigrade. Cycle droplet pumps. Yay! Reminder, non-expendable personnel must exit the maintenance shaft before activating the cycling protocol. Cycling. Successful. Okay, I hope they have exited it. Logs. Cobbled together. The staff is getting restless. Workaround and half-cocked solutions are all we've got to mend Groundbreaker's bones. In many cases, we can't revive one system without cannibalizing another. Grandma lived with that reality, and so will I. I can rally our spirits, but what happens when I'm not around? Groundbreaker's real test will be seen if our independence outlasts me. I'll take that bet. Old plans, new problems. Found some of Chief Piiiigs' old schematics. Groundbreaker must have taken a beating during the crossing, because she spent half of her career patching it up. A lot of corners cut when they put this place together. Among her papers I also found the layout of a hangar that doesn't match any of my docs. Something that might have gotten sealed off along the way, like blood cells isolating an infection. I have to put sentiment down in print, but every time I open a panel or find some workaround in the guts of this old bird, it's like I can feel you reaching out to me from the past, Grandma. Aww.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Can I get up there somehow? Because there seems to be something up there, but I can't get close. I wonder if I get rocket boots or something. Oh, I got stairs, I just see. Huh. That didn't work out. Bethesda platforming. Gotta love it. Nope. Doesn't work either. Why does this look like stairs and then it doesn't work? Well, okay. Go back out and see if we were successful. Oh, that looks a lot cooler now. Alright. So I guess we can go downstairs. Whee! There was a net above where you jumped on the boxes that block jumping. Yeah, but like why did they put those stairs there and then put that grid above it? Okay, so the Menti pillars were just obstacles and don't drop any loot. Because, well, they'll kill them anyway. Oh. A few more armor parts. Okay. That's a nice engine room. Also a lot cooler than before. Well, it was a cool engine room to start with. Ha ha. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this.
Oh, that's the one where they're not doped enough again? Yeah.
Both teams have tested
Negative for performance-enhancing stims. What a shocker. There's actually a bunch of future stories that have... there was, what was it called? Dragons or something? It was a French comic that had the Olympics happening kind of in the background. And basically the Olympics back in that future were a showcase for genetic splicing companies, you know, making like the swimmers were basically all fish humans and things like that.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Alright. Thank you. The modern steel wrench and you. Oh.
You aiming to send a message? If so, we best do it now while we still got time.
Why would we run out of time? You headed somewhere?
Me? No. But our relaying capabilities? That's on the final countdown. We're going offline in 3, 2, 1.5... No. Wait, I've lost track of my weeks. Maybe it was 36 or... sometime dire soon.
Why are you about to lose com capabilities?
Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years or thereabouts. The event's forecasted to last for months, during which we'll lose signal to the station.
And that's our problem, how?
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance.
How are you cut off by losing one relay station?
Well, we wouldn't be utterly and completely blacked out, but we'd lose the majority of our comm traffic for sure. Ships and colonies on Terra 2 need a clear line from their communications towers to the Groundbreaker for the transmissions to make it through. If it's not clear, they transmit to the closest relay station, which stores the message, then passes it along when our orbits align.
What about the other auxiliary relay stations?
The others won't be in orbital range during the occlusion event. Isn't it some law of the universe? The relay I gotta rely on is, of course, the one on the Fritz.
Can't ships relay messages to each other?
That they can, and they do. But only between ships owned by the same corporation. No corp will authorize sending messages through a ship owned by a rival. And no corp will relay messages for the Wildcat freighters, not without charging them more than they'll make in a single haul anyway. That's why we're the message hub. The Groundbreaker's neither corporate owned nor board controlled. Our comms are neutral.
Okay, can't the board handle the message? I guess we'll let her say it, but we know the answer, I guess?
Sure, I mean they got their own relays and all, but they'll only send along messages the corporations pay for. And then they charge folks to send messages back, often more than they can afford. And none of that money goes to the Groundbreaker. Just tightens the board's grip on our throat.
Don't you charge for your messages too?
Not nearly as much, and that money goes to keeping the station operational, helps keep us independent. If we lose the message fees, the entire ship will feel the pinch. Before long, the only place for people to trade words and goods will be on Terra 2, right under the board's control. That'd spell the end of Groundbreaker.
Sounds like it's time to get the auxiliary station back online.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied by Junlei. The chief.
What's in it for me if I investigate your relay problem?
You save my comm center from chaos. I guarantee I'll get the chief to authorize some payment forms with your name on them while you're out fixing the station.
Okay, I could check out the relay. No need for official sign-off in that case.
I should say no, but why not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send you with an equipment manual. Hopefully we'll get lucky, or I'll get my approval in time.
Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain. I could do with some.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. Better late than never, eh?
You just let messages from Earth sit in memory on an orbital relay?
It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products, meaning only folks in Byzantium can afford them. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk messages just waiting for me to sort through.
I'm off. Okay, so I guess we got another mission. In real life, the Olympic Games are a method of finding natural mutants, so why not make another one for purposeful genetic manipulation? Makes sense. Yeah, I guess that's true, yeah. You could see it that way. Okay, so let's see. What is it? The silent voices is the relay. And the distress signal. So I guess let's go back to Roseway. Back to Terra 2, whatever it was called, where Edgewater is. Ethel.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of spratwurst cooking. They're terra-fried to lock in the juices. How about a grinder's dozen?
She looks a lot like Gladys. Guess the same character model. Just slightly changed face. What's Spratwurst exactly?
You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices.
Is Spratwurst like Borstwurst? I've seen that a lot.
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
What does Terra Fry mean?
Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Spratwurst your own invention, or what?
Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, and could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&Ding our own special meat.
That's enough talk for now.
Just as well. Near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm-fresh sprats.
Oh, that's what they mentioned earlier, that there's a sprat problem in the Rest and Go, and that that Ethel is hopefully not breeding them again. You have time to chat?
Long as you don't mind me grinding spratwurst while we talk. Little things don't make themselves chewy. At least not yet. I'm sure modern science will find a way.
Okay.
Just as well. Near fresh from the grinder, any hour.
Okay, Spratwurst and dehydrated water. Okay. I like that they just have sprats hanging there.
How are the repairs going? Just plugged the last field.
Health inspector. Okay. I guess that looks surprisingly good for this place. Who is this?
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons, for those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Are you a spacer yourself?
Not me, but it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family worked Eridanos, indentured to the corporations.
Go on.
I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on Groundbreaker. It's the last bastion of freedom.
Tell me more about your wares.
Everything I sell is fresh from the forge. Technically, the metal formed billions of years ago, but it's freshly in this shape.
Alright, so I guess we can buy... Yeah, okay, they sell different kinds of armor. Oh, wait. Padded helm, lockpick +5. Or heavy weapons +5. Okay, so if I was more of a stats person... Oh, this one increases critical hit chance. Okay. So at least we know where we can get stuff if we need it. Nightingale's Step armor mod. Decreases the noise made while moving. You know what? I'll buy that. It makes us stealthier. We're always into stealthier. Alright. So, view the distress signal recording on your ship. Oh, there's a terminal. Recent users. Callahan M. Signed in. Access user Callahan M. From SC Manager, the hat. You made your spacer's choice when you signed the employment contract. I keep telling you the hat doesn't fit right. There's something wrong with it. How many people have worn this thing before me? Is this my life now? Because if it is, I'll take it. I'll be your moon man, but there won't be anything left of me to care. Mama C. Colin M. Are you okay, honey? Hope you're doing well, Mon. Thought I'd check in. Engineers visit the shop a bunch. I remember when I used to turn a wrench back home on Terra too. Lilia Hagen over in Sublight told me that I could always pursue a career in salvage if this thing doesn't work out. Please give Dad and the others a hug from me. Mom, it's really great that we can stay in touch like this. Little reminders of home are more important than ever. Enjoy the quality Space's Choice good I sent. You can get ones just like them at home, but I figured you might appreciate me getting the company discount and all. Oh, that's the Moonman guy, okay. Feel that? That's right, we fixed the radiators. Groundbreaker is venting heat as intended. Credit where credit is due, we couldn't have done it without an outsider who took on great personal risk and expense for our sakes. If you see a new face wandering the promenade looking lost, chances are they deserve a hug for helping us through this crisis. Groundbreaker thanks you, outsider. Seeking contractor, Sublight Salvage. Seeking ethically flexible spacer with Stellar Bay landing clearance. Payment in exchange for return of legal salvage. Details given upon acceptance of contract. Active warrants, prior convictions, no questions asked. Our background checks filter out criminal red flags. Plausible deniability is the Sublight way. See Lilia Hagen for details. Warehouse next to the Spratwurst joint. 2nd floor. The Halcyon Holdings corporate office and its environments are for conducting official board business only. Anyone found misusing board property will be fined accordingly. Board property includes but is not limited to the Halcyon Holdings office here on Groundbreaker, the space directly in front of my desk, the space directly behind my desk, my doorway, my berth, and most importantly, my stairs. Thank you for your cooperation. Udon Bedford, Certified Liaison. P.S. Please note that the next spacer count drinking on the stairs outside the embassy may find themselves on the root side of an airlock. PPS. This is the third time I've had to post this message and I'm sick and tired of it. I will not hesitate to open a board-sanctioned investigation into your behavior and, when you are caught, punish you accordingly. Felix Millstone. I kind of wish we could delete that message. They also sued that model on the sheriff. Used that model on the sheriff on Terra 2. She wore a hat and looked very similar too. Could be. Actually, I have no idea how the sheriff on that station looked. It's just because they're here, so close to each other.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Dr. Mafuru. Oh, we have, we can buy stuff from him now.
Hello. Junlei called up from engineering. Said I should let you buy medical supplies from our stores. Now, is there something I can help you with?
Okay.
A better selection than you'll find on the promenade deck, and a quality commensurate with a friend of the station.
Oh, we can actually... Laboratory outfit, tech skills +5, or... Leaderships +5. Engineering... Persuade... Labs protective monocle. We have a 15% discount.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene?
See, Furu? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place.
What's this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Maybe I can look in on Jessie.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Something I can help.
I'd like to see Jessie Doyle.
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see...
The records say? Have you actually spoken to her yourself?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
See you around.
Take care.
Okay, so being a friend of the place doesn't really help. Can we ask her more?
Good luck getting to Jessie, and better luck if you do. She's a real piece of work.
Smoking on a space station. Well, I guess we've been in here before, and we have the super secret camouflage circuit thing. Another Mardet ID cartridge? I don't think we need that. Quarantine, I guess that's where she will be. Is that you?
To the last ratted on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Ellie sent me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine. So long as I'm left.
She's worried about you a lot.
Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
Alright, talk to me.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
What did you do that got you in trouble?
What? No, I didn't do anything. I'm a law-abiding denizen of this ship, I swear.
You think the board had someone follow you and now you're hiding out.
Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. In my line of work, that's a skill you develop during week 1, assuming you want to keep breathing. Alright, I'll fess this part up too, if it means you'll help me. I'm a thief. I specialize in particularly high-end and historically valuable items. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor that the blood-tier diamond, last worn by an heiress on the Lost Hope, had surfaced for the first time in 70 years.
So you stole it.
If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? I was gonna steal it, lined up Udom as my buyer. He paid half up front to finance the operation. Let's just say things went sideways about the time I got my hands on the diamond, and it crumbled to stardust in my palm. Anywho, I barely made it out with my life, and nary a plan to make back Udom's deposit I'd spent.
Ellie asked me to help you, so that's what I plan to do. Or I do work for the board, actually. That's what I plan to do.
Udom Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
I guess we can try to talk to Udom.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
Okay, and now get out of here quickly before they kick me out. Whew. Is Phineas selling off jewelry from the Frozen Hope crew? Yeah, that's what kind of confuses me a little. Like, did the diamond fall to dust because it was a fake? Or did it, or was it there because, someone sold it? And if yes, did someone else find it? Or was it Phineas who sold off stuff? I mean, that could be, that Phineas, financed himself by going in there and, occasionally nabbing something from the stores.
Any word on Jessie?
What's the story with you two anyway?
Let's just say she did me a favor, and now I owe her. So, did you find her, or what?
She's in debt to the board and thinks someone's after her. I'll handle it.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. You can't miss it.
Okay. So I guess we have to talk to Udon again. Why would you name someone after noodles, really? Messages, admin access. Oh, let's do that then. Recent messages. Welcome, administrator. From Tennyson. Anyone seen Private Taylor? Haven't seen him in days, and where are we on that toilet clog? If Chief Guiying taught me anything, it's that a crew's morale is proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away a crew's plumbing, you take away their privacy and dignity. So let's get that toilet fixed. Well, good group. Even though it's been nigh on 20 years since our last meetup on Groundbreaker, I was hoping we could get the old gang back together. I understand that things have changed. Some of us are long-range haulers, some of us have gone corporate, some of us are likely dead, and some of us are in Tartarus and not reading this message, but I haven't lost hope. No one responded to my last invite. I hope that means your schedules are full up with family gatherings and job opportunities. Stay free, freelancers. Conveyors Collective. Conveyors Rights. So I just got off ice from a round trip to Dashkova. 2 years out, 2 years back. Imagine my surprise when we de-thawed and Groundbreaker comms told us our docking was gonna be delayed. 1 hour turned into 5, then days went by. In the end, we spent an entire goddamn week waiting for a berth on this law-fucked bolt bucket. And because we were kicking our heels all this time, not a one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses, a family I don't see often enough, debt you won't fucking believe, and even if I'm not working, I still gotta make my payments. Does that seem proper to you? Don't we conveyors have rights? We should do something about this. If you agree, leave a message here and I'll respond when I get back from Jensen in 3 years. Iceman out. Oh, Iceman was the guy whose messages we found upstairs. Where someone messaged him and said, oh yeah, when you come back? Or was he the sender? This message is no longer accessible at your clearance level. Public notices. Regarding the food situation. To those of you who have raised concerns about the quality of Groundbreaker's victuals, yes, I'm aware the promenade stinks, allow me to put the matter to rest. Our ancestors didn't rise from humble beginnings on a diet of spratwurst and borst, but that's the reality of life up here. If you can salt it, can it, or sip it up in a pouch, then we're not picky about calling it food. Spacers make do with what they have, and what we have is smelly meat, lots of salt, and 11 kinds of mustard, last time I counted. Try and enjoy it. Oh, that's Chun-Li, okay. Ship impounded? This is a general notice about our impound policies. If the board impounded your ship, take it up with the board. Their embassy is the gaudy building opposite Sublight's warehouse. Send them your questions, outstanding fees, and hate mail, especially hate mail. If Groundbreaker impounded you, pay your damn fees and don't bother my people. Urgently looking for a new crew to sign on with. I've been stuck in Halcyon for almost a year now. Don't know what's holding up my next posting. Never had to wait this long to get on another freighter. I'd planned to take one of the rare long hauls back to Earth, but I haven't been able to find any. And even the shorter skips to the inner world seem rarer than the outer world routes these days. If anyone has any information about upcoming work, please post it here. Interesting. So there's still occasionally stuff coming from Earth, but it's rarer, I guess, and the way back also not that often. I wonder if that's like, like if that's a bigger story that we get to unveil, like if, I don't know, Earth blew up or something and they, or something like that. Down on my luck. Hey, so here's my story. My ship limped into Groundbreaker in a rough state. We couldn't make the repair fees, the docking fees, refueling, or the fees for not being able to pay our fees. So I'm kind of stuck here now. Then they took my ship and sold it off as scrap. Now my credit is shot to hell and corporate freighters won't hire me on. I'm hoping someone with a bunk to spare and places to go is feeling charitable. Thanks for listening. I wonder if that's the same guy we had before. Okay, so I guess we're finally going and continuing to travel for more missions. We haven't talked to you yet, have we? What's this called? Bell's Shells. Okay, I guess this is a weapons shop.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
What's the benefit of modifying my weapons?
Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire.
If I change my mind, can I take a mod off or replace it?
No and yes. When you install something, it pops in there real nice, but if you want to replace it, the originals tend to snap like plastic toys.
Does modifying a weapon void the warranty?
A what? Sorry, hon. Here at Bell's Shells, we just don't discuss impolite topics, and WARRA and TIES tops the list.
Of course, warranty would be something they don't have here in Halcyon. Well, the comms lady said she hasn't read messages from Earth in a while, and they are on the relay. Could be blown up. Nobody would know. Yeah. I guess we'll see when we go there. Where can I find my... Where can I find modifications? Thanks, that's all I need to know.
So, what can I get you?
Okay, what does she have? Mag to power, mag to zap. Speed grip to increase attack speed of melee weapons. Damage increase, sure, and straight barrel. Restricted stock. Speedy mate. Barrel. Observance rate of fire. Sadly, she doesn't have silencers and stuff. Okay. The Lost Hope. Oh, that's the pub. We weren't there either. I guess we're not getting to that mission that soon. Alright, let's see.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo? Because she remembers you. When you were sick,
Okay, yeah, we had that conversation, that
when you were hungry,
clip already.
full of love. Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given your
Can we... Oh,
A new face. What's your pleasure, stranger?
all the traders in the system come through her here. Heard anything interesting?
Only the usual. Marauders all over space. You ever wonder how folk who can't figure the bleeding edge technology of a spoon can manage to get ships into space?
Let's see what you've got for sale.
What ain't I got?
Okay, nothing really. But I guess we're popular because we're getting 50% from everyone. Okay, bathroom. Oh, light ammo and bit cartridge.
I'll keep quiet.
Oops.
You're spending large tonight, ma'am.
Oh, heft to Fairfield. Loads of metals and rare earths for the T&L factory.
What's a rare earth?
Hell if I know, but it's rare, so it's gotta be expensive, yeah? Made a good pile of bits on it.
Planning to blow it all here, huh?
Lano. Burned half of it before I got off the dock in Gantry. Fees, fuel, some overdue repairs.
But anyway. Anything useful here? Oh, that's Back into the bar. Let's see what this door does. Lost Hope bar key card. Okay, we don't have a bar key card. So I guess we're not getting in here. Too bad. Looked interesting. So I guess this is not interesting. This.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Some townships have asked Halcyon.
No, rumors of food shortages. Of course there are no food shortages. Okay, so I guess we're heading back now. Oh, and we can probably turn in our bounty. She might get her lighter back.
How goes the hunt? I've been ruminating on it, and I decided, if you ain't killed McRed yet, I want you to hurt him a little before you do. Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
Does this have anything to do with your carnal understanding? Let's try it. Let's be nosy. I want to know what this story is about. Does this have anything to do with your carnal understanding?
He tell you that, did he? I might have kicked his ass from one end of the Groundbreaker to the other a few years back. Whatever he reads into that is his business.
Well, he's completely dead. Here's his lucky lighter as proof.
Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
Okay. So I guess I'll be on my way. Why are you in there? Come out, you moron. That's a restricted area. Jesus. Entitled boffin. Seriously.
Have either of the assault cruisers ever put into Groundbreaker?
You kidding? The chief wouldn't let a couple hundred board troops in here.
I just figured there's so many people on them. They gotta get out and stretch their legs sometime.
Well, they can do that on the board's own dirt and breathe up the board's own air.
That looks like a big ship. That's our ship, by the way, so not quite a Firefly class. But, you know, I mean, it has this ground floor. So basically that's the... Probably that you can see it from the front, I hope. Can you look inside? Oh, we've closed the shutters, I guess. But yeah, so that's the cockpit. And so that means there's one floor, 2 floors above it that would fit, yeah. Why is my engine... Who left the engine running? Parvati? No, you would know better. You! It's your fault again, isn't it? Okay, so I guess let's go in.
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
You're pretty eager to throw in with someone you barely know.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
Alright, Felix, tell me why I should hire you.
You're serious. You're giving me a shot. All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang.
I'm enjoying it. Are you reading off your hand? I'm enjoying this. Go on.
Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass.
Sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress. Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
I thought that was really good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in?
Dragging of bodies, shootouts, the hell kind of ship do you think I'm running? I haven't made up my mind about you. How about an interview? Oh, let's try it. Let's see what happens there.
Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like.
What's the value of pie?
It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust, maybe with a little cream on top. Classic.
What's your biggest flaw?
Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker.
Are you any good in a fight?
Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise.
Oh well, I want another companion, so yeah, of course I'm gonna accept him.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
We'll see you in the ship, Felix.
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
He's always so judgmental. Oh, right, we wanted to talk to, I forgot that. But I guess it's another 2 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
One of them interstellar jobs.
Yeah, so another short little 5-minute break. Remember, drink something, get up, take a stretch, you know, maybe do push-ups or whatever. You've got 5 minutes and then we'll be back. See you then.